Now I am 22 years old, and I'm liking a Barbie movie. Right now. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is On the Brain Cat, and yes, with Oppenheimer, we have another movie that came out on the same day as Oppenheimer. Yes, I did do Barbieheimer. I watched Oppenheimer on the same day as this movie I'm going to review, and that is one of my anticipated movies, Barbie. This movie is directed by Greta Gerwig and stars Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, and a ton of people, including Emma McKay, Simu Liu, Michael Cera, Kate McKinnon, America Ferrera, Issa Rae, Ariana Greenblatt, Alexandra Shipp, and Will Ferrell. And this is of course the movie that is based on the famous Mattel line with the same name. Barbie and Ken are having the time of their lives in the colorful and seemingly perfect world of Barbie Land. However, when they get a chance to go to the real world, they soon discover the joys and perils of living among humans. So yeah, right when they announced they are making a Barbie movie in the first place, I think everyone thinks of the same thing. Really? Do we really need a Barbie movie in 2023? But behind the camera, we discovered who is behind Barbie, and I'm not gonna lie, I was very curious at first. With Greta Gerwig in terms to direct the movie, she directed Lady Bird, really good A24 film. I haven't seen Little Women, but Lady Bird is a fantastic film, and her and her husband, who did Marriage Story, are writing this movie, so that got me a bit curious about it. Also, the casting of Margot Robbie playing Barbie and Ryan Gosling playing Ken, I got more interested. And when those first two teaser trailers came out for this movie, honestly, I was very curious about this movie, how it's going to turn out, because it doesn't look like any other movie that I have seen. It's one of those movies that I wasn't expecting how it's going to turn out, and when the trailers come out, I'm like, alright, this actually intrigues me, and I'm really interested in seeing this movie. So yeah, like I said, I watched this movie the same day as Oppenheimer. I did Barbieheimer, one of the biggest double features that's coming out in a long time, and those two movies does save the box office for movies, which is fantastic. Oppenheimer is absolutely my favorite movie of the year. That movie was epic as hell. But what do I think about Barbie though? I went into this movie actually pretty excited for it. I thought the cast is fantastic. We have a great director. So I'm excited to see how this movie goes. And I gotta say, guys, I had a total fun time with Barbie. And I cannot believe I'm gonna say this. I had a fun time with Barbie. I can't believe I'm saying this. Seriously, this movie could have been awful. This movie could have been terrible. But no, I actually really loved a Barbie movie. And it's a weird thing for me that I'm feeling this way about this movie, because Barbie, I remember my sister loves Barbie, and I was literally hating Barbie, you know? When my sister had those like Barbie DVDs, Barbie dolls and stuff, I used to get sick of Barbie, and now I am 22 years old, and I'm liking a Barbie movie. Right now. It's really mind-blowing when you think about it, and I gotta give props to Greta Gerwig with this movie. Of course, let's talk about the cast in this movie. Margot Robbie as Barbie in this movie is fantastic. It's really no surprise. Margot Robbie is that talented of an actress, and when I know she's going to be cast as Barbie, I already said that it's perfect. She has the look for Barbie, but her acting in this film is really well done. You follow Barbie's journey throughout this entire film, and Margot Robbie really drives this film forward, and she does a fantastic job in this film. Definitely another win for Margot Robbie, and this is definitely another role that I would remember her with Harley Quinn in a DCEU. But I gotta say, the standout in this film is absolutely Ryan Gosling as Ken. It might be a bit too cliche to say this, but it's true. Ryan Gosling is so good in this movie. Right when I found out that Ryan Gosling's been cast as Ken, I feel like I'm already in for something special, and this movie really brings that. Ryan Gosling is hysterical as Ken, but you also get to see the drama side of Ken. You really get Ken throughout the film, and Ryan Gosling plays this role surprisingly very, very well. And I think he has a really good chemistry with Margot Robbie in this film. It goes in ways that you don't really expect it without spoiling it, but I think Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie have an excellent chemistry in this film. Also, the rest of the cast in this film, like I mentioned, Emma McKay, Simu Liu is so funny in this film. Kate McKinnon also as Weird Barbie is also really hilarious in this film, with Michael Cera as Alan. Just every single cast member in this film looks like they had a total fun time with this movie, because of how funny the concept is, and the actors really bring it all, and they're just perfection in this movie. Every single actor in this film looked like they had a total freaking blast making this film. And I gotta give props to the production design of this film. Seriously, the production design of Barbie looks really good in this movie. I love the look of this movie, and I like that most of this movie does take place in Barbie Land. The real world in this movie was not in the movie all that much, surprisingly, and I was expecting the real world to be in most of the movie. No, Barbie Land is basically in the majority of this movie, and it's great because the production design is worth seeing. If this movie gets a nomination for Best Production Design in the Oscars, I would be so surprised because I want that movie to be nominated, but not sure it will, but hopefully it does because the production design of this movie is fantastic with the costume design as well. Another Oscar bait right there. I want this movie to get nominated for Best Costume Design. But what really surprised me the most about Barbie is the story of this film. It goes in ways where I was not expecting. Barbie definitely develops a lot of themes with existential crisis and also feminism, which is really surprising, and what's more surprising is that those two themes really work in this movie. Some people might not like the feminism aspect of this film. To me, I thought it's a unique way to tell that message, and I thought it really works in Barbie. You get to see Barbie's journey in this film, and of course, this movie has surprising amount of heart that I was not expecting. Throughout the third act of this film, honestly, I was almost in tears. Yes, I was almost in tears in a Barbie movie. How is that possible? Because Greta Gerwig directed this movie very, very well. She's not trying to just make this a Mattel toy line turned to a movie. She's trying to make this a movie with a cohesive story, with great themes. And I thought Greta Gerwig written this movie very well with her husband, and I thought the amount of themes really do work in this film. The story is great, but of course, this movie is hysterical. There are some really good amount of humor into this film, and there are some great fast-paced humor into this film. It's sort of like this year's The Lego Movie that also stars Will Ferrell that's in this movie. This movie is definitely hilarious. There's a lot of elements of this film where I was killing myself laughing, and the audience of this movie is very packed. When I saw the movie, they were having the balls for this film. They were having such a great time because the humor of this movie, in my opinion, absolutely worked. The story was great, the comedy was great, but also this movie has a great amount of heart that I wasn't expecting, and it developed themes that I was not expecting. I think this is definitely one of the better toy line adaptations that I've seen, and Greta Gerwig, she has done it again with her direction. Yes, this film does have some issues. Obviously, Oppenheimer is better than Barbie in my personal opinion, but yeah, Barbie is still great. We have two great double features that came out this year. But it does have a couple of issues. One of the cases, my least favorite character in this film is Will Ferrell. I was not a fan of Will Ferrell's character in this film. His character was just not that interesting for me. He's the Mattel president in this film in the real world, and I feel like his character is very misplaced because he doesn't act like the person that belongs in the real world. He acts like a cartoon the entire film. And I just feel like he's in the film for exposition and just some unnecessary humor. And it's disappointing because I love Will Ferrell, and I feel like Will Ferrell is my least favorite aspect of this film. There's also a mother and daughter relationship in this film, which I find fine. I didn't find it the best aspect of the film. It's important for the film, but honestly, I was more focused on Barbie's storyline more than the mother and daughter development with America Ferrera and Ariana Greenblatt. It's fine. It's not like the worst thing ever. It's just probably one of my least favorite plot elements of the film. But overall, guys, what a surprise! I actually loved the Barbie movie. This movie was such a blast from start to finish. Greta Gerwig directed this movie very, very well. Margot Robbie is excellent as Barbie with Ryan Gosling as Ken. The rest of the cast looked like they had a total blast with this film. The story of this film was surprisingly great, developed things that I did not expect it, and it really works in this film. This film is funny, is hysterical, the production design, the costume designs are great. This is definitely a right representation of a summer movie, and I honestly would say that Barbie was a total blast for me. I had a fun time with this movie, and I'm going to give Barbie an A-. I would also say, I wouldn't say Barbie is a kid's movie. Like, kids can go see it, they'll have fun with it, but there are a lot of jokes in Barbie where it goes to a bit of an adult level and kids won't get some of the jokes in the film. There are some jokes that I'm surprised it goes that forward, and I'm like, wow. I don't know if kids should see this movie, honestly. But yeah, I definitely recommend you guys to check out Barbie. Check out Barbie and Oppenheimer on the same day. It's really fun. It's probably one of the best movie experiences of this year for me. So guys, that is my review for Barbie. Let me know what you think of this movie in the comments below. Do you like this movie, hate this movie, or you thought it's okay? Just let me know in the comments below. And what movie you would prefer, Barbie or Oppenheimer? Let me know that also in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below, keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.